Aner mala kenyam kan azal kondilian karwashni kan Nuer online TV channel. Dener mala me daro kaya. Lairan bana lingan wala. Lair mi bere which ka South Sudan. Ka lo kodan shalka Catholic Church man la kiir mayardit la palatin. Ray lair kana me chikan ladano ken la kana pala lunko de maldar bere which ka South Sudan. Ko la kana roy ke kiir mayardit ko do brande maldar ben gaja ko bi kiir mayardit be jalat ken no ya jaro ko ba mal be jeno namo jana na ban lingwas me ko do brande chikan lat gaja kan kono nyam ray lar kana me mi jiram jedit kan online TV channel go region ojin de subscribe ko de notification bell je twain ko de latin kon lat gwaz me kan chamala chupuje gwaz dan pay ga brej ler bana ladde re wich ka South Sudan ci jillo ko essentially Catholic la kiir mayardit paltin ci kan jelaran go korin ci tok kamboni dangraw bonen tekirtin la SSPDF ki SPL maji kan bona dana te Dr. Young Machaten la SPL mayu chikan la no chaman kana kat jaga putre wich kana me ejana la ne pal ka kwide la di Katolika yela ne roy ka kwide ga kwikir ma yadi no chu korshu je tok ki malata wana lat kenen no redol la mi chikan dol tan pan rewi ke juba ka chang jendang diok pal dolo mo gwam che ka pal ten ki chikan dol ten ka taring ten kontor rewi cha ka South Sudan kan chi roi ka jen chang mo chang jendang diok fa diok ron kin dang ro jendang ro dech rewi ke juba ka jen kwiri ka mandana che tuok lat kenen no chi ji South Sudan chi ke chu je long ke chi ka dere chu ka kor gwasm bar ka ngode talam lorode wo koru kamirep kan rodien talam kabro de chong shanga ni future gan ke ta dan dong de kan guro tekaja ke jek ka jen ku koru toto ko chi ga chi kan ne ti la bargan rodien dong bu ka jen bu ka of jikam lo chine di al chicken South Sudan kan ku jeno chawon mi chi jek ki won mi shiro lot ko de na chengten ko ji tan liatan kana kor akane chol kan kiir mayardit kiir mayardit yana Dr. Young Machala da mal kam nukun palakor kanu ngamal rewich ka South Sudan chikan nyok ladan wonena kana taji Uganda rewich ka Juba ki rewich ka South Sudan akel merebri kalong ko talawich mede ben rach ki mede kuma wida di andara bentere wich akenene me rebere erik tungwan long antaji Uganda ki di Uganda re wich kan en Catholic Church kan yo rajano yen Dr. Young Machar reberik ba dungno palne ko de mal der de tere wich ka South Sudan lo palne ni siang kan la ne pale siang ko do brande mal der ben ka jang kan shol ne kiir mayardit de nyok kan siasi ni dial la ne de content la political leader bon dial te konte chimal ti tan mal run kin dang lo dol badak no de kan lot maledan ka de kan riktiti ki koru tok te kam di ne de kan kapchong chana jagorno bi kon dial lad mala so chikara jamo chikana kwen ajendan chikala do chikana condemn man ta danan te kume Uganda te ka jere which ka South Sudan beja kwen ye ka talk English ko do brana chano ga jekan the South Sudan and Sudan Catholic Bishop Conference on Saturday raised an alarm over the deteriorating political and security situation in South Sudan following clashes and the detention of first Vice President Riek Machar. Addressing a press conference in Juba on Saturday, Stephen Ameyu Martin, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Juba, said the clash between the South Sudan People Defense Forces and the Sudan People Liberation Army in opposition, the arrest of political leaders including first Vice President Riek Machar, and the increasing displacement of innocent civilians, especially women and children, mark a tragic reversal of the peace that the Church has longed and prayed for. The people of South Sudan have suffered too long. War has taken their children, their home, their future, and yet again the dark cloud of conflict over our nation, the Archbishop said. He said that from the beginning of this renewed crisis, the Church had stood firm in calling for restraint, dialogue, and commitment to the revitalized agreement on the resolution of conflict in South Sudan. As Pope Francis emphasized during his visit to Juba in 2023, we once again call on President Salva Kiir, all political leaders and parties, to the agreement, including the revitalized peace agreement, to honor their obligation and resist any temptation to revert to arms. Let just roll down like water and righteousness like an overflowing stream, the clergy said. The prelate condemned the involvement of the Ugandan army in South Sudan, saying it was worsening the situation. The arrest of opposition leader and the involvement of foreign military forces, especially the deployment of the Ugandan People Defense Forces, have only served to heighten fear and mistrust. Such action risks turning our beloved country into a battleground for external interests and political manipulation, he said. We caution our leader that if South Sudan returns to full-scale violence, the consequences will be catastrophic. The loss of human life, the collapse of national unity, and the breakdown of fragile institutions will devastate future generations. The political neglect of the suffering poor, the displaced, the orphan, and the widow will not go unremembered before God, the man of God said. He noted that as church leaders, they remain ready to mediate dialogue, to be a voice for the voiceless, and to work with all who seek genuine peace. He also urges civil society, youth and women group, traditional leaders, and the international community, and all people of goodwill to stand against war. Archbishop Ameyu called on the South Sudanese people to overcome evil with good and shun hate speech. Resist hate speech, tribal incitement, and misinformation, especially through social media. Do not let your heart be hardened it. This land is yours and your children. Do not let it be soaked in blood again, Ameyu say. To our political leader, we remind you of the word of Pope Francis. Peace requires forgiveness, courage, hope. It demands that we look beyond ourselves now. Let us not grow weary. Let us not retreat into silence or fear. Let us speak boldly, act justly, and walk humbly before our God, he said. The prelate said the future of South Sudan depends on the choice made today, and call on Mary, the mother of Jesus, to intercede for its healing. Catholic ti kene konti de kel ke kir mayardit ten la roni chan ke kir mayardit ko de kir dar mal de jeno but kir la manda chala ni jen gwazan la ruije ke la ya pala as kan palaken be mal be ben lat kan kir mayardit randa kun woda chakaling so kir che chu no kor de no dar mal de jeno an bar nyo je mur den be atemal.